Aum Namapegavaith Vasudevya. Imagine standing before a mirror. Not an ordinary mirror. A mirror that does not reflect your face. Instead, it reflects every decision you have ever made, every habit you chose, every promise you kept, every excuse you made, every opportunity you ignored, every moment you acted with courage, every moment you surrendered to fear. As you look into that mirror, you notice something remarkable. There is no one else standing beside you. No boss. No parents. No teachers. No politicians. No friends. No enemies. Just you. Because whether we accept it or not, the person most responsible for the direction of our life is the one staring back from the mirror. If you're someone who wants to take complete ownership of your life and unlock your true potential, stay with me until the very end. One decision you make after this episode could completely change the course of your future. There is a question every human being must answer. Who is responsible for my life? Many people spend years searching for someone else to answer it. They blame circumstances. They blame luck. They blame the economy. They blame their childhood. They blame difficult people. They blame society. Sometimes those difficulties are real. Sometimes life is genuinely unfair. But there is a profound difference between explaining our circumstances and surrendering our responsibility. Imagine two people standing in the rain. Both are equally wet. One spends the entire day complaining about the weather. The other quietly opens an umbrella and continues walking. Neither controls the rain, but one chooses responsibility. Life often presents circumstances beyond our control. Our response, however, remains our responsibility. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that every individual has a duty to perform. Not someone else's duty. Their own. This timeless wisdom reminds us that responsibility begins with ourselves. Not with changing the entire world, but with changing what is within our reach. Think about a garden. A gardener cannot control every season, cannot control every storm, cannot command the rain. But the gardener can prepare the soil, remove the weeds, plant the seeds, water consistently. Nature decides the harvest. The gardener decides the effort. That is responsibility. There is an old saying, often attributed to Jim Rohn. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Think about those words. One decision, one new habit, one honest commitment can begin transforming an entire life. Let me tell you a story. Two young men graduated from the same university. Both were intelligent. Both had similar opportunities. 5 years later, one had become a respected leader. The other remained trapped in the same place. When people asked the successful man about his secret, he smiled and said, "Every night before sleeping, I ask myself one question. What could I have done better today?" The second man answered differently. "My company never appreciated me. My manager never supported me. My circumstances never changed." One searched for improvement. The other searched for excuses. Years later, their lives reflected the questions they repeatedly asked themselves. If this lesson reminds you that growth begins with ownership, write the word responsibility in the comments, because that single word has the power to transform every area of life. Imagine a ship in the middle of the ocean. The captain cannot control the waves, cannot control the wind, cannot control the storm, but the captain remains responsible for steering the ship. A poor captain blames the ocean. A wise captain studies the ocean, adapts, adjusts, moves forward. The same principle applies to life. Stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Start asking, what is the best response I can choose now? That question restores your power. Responsibility is not about carrying guilt. It is about reclaiming control. Many people confuse responsibility with blame. They are completely different. Blame looks backward. Responsibility looks forward. Blame asks, who caused this? Responsibility asks, what can I do now? One keeps you trapped. The other moves you forward. Imagine dropping your phone. The screen breaks. You may complain. Become angry. Blame the floor. But none of those actions repair the phone. Taking responsibility means accepting reality first, then acting wisely. Life rewards people who solve problems, not people who endlessly describe them. Another area where responsibility becomes powerful is health. Many people say, I don't have time to exercise. I'll start next month. I'll eat healthy when life becomes easier. Years pass. The body quietly keeps the score. Every meal, every hour of sleep, every walk, every choice. Your future health is being built by today's habits. No one else can exercise on your behalf. No one else can sleep for you. No one else can protect your body better than you. The same applies to your mind. What you read, what you watch, who you spend time with, what conversations you entertain. Your mind becomes what you repeatedly feed it. Imagine pouring clean water into one glass and muddy water into another. After a month, the difference becomes obvious. Your thoughts work exactly the same way. Responsibility means guarding what enters your mind. There is another responsibility many people overlook. Your words. Words can build confidence. Words can destroy hope. Words can strengthen relationships. Words can create lifelong wounds. Before speaking, ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? 3 simple questions. A lifetime of wiser conversations. Chanakya wisely observed that a person is tested by their conduct, not by their claims. Responsibility is not something we announce. It is something people quietly notice. They notice whether we arrive on time, whether we keep our promises, whether we admit mistakes, whether we finish what we begin. Character reveals itself through responsibility. There will always be people who disappoint you. Some promises will be broken. Some opportunities will disappear. Some dreams will take longer than expected. Do not allow those realities to become excuses for abandoning your own responsibility. Your standards should not depend on someone else's behavior. If others become dishonest, remain honest. If others become careless, remain disciplined. If others become negative, remain constructive. Your character is your responsibility, not theirs. One of the greatest freedoms in life arrives the day you stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. A mentor can guide you. A teacher can educate you. A friend can encourage you. A family can support you. But eventually, you must walk. No one can take your steps. No one can build your discipline. No one can create your future without your participation. Every sunrise quietly asks, what will you take responsibility for today? Not tomorrow. Not next month. Today. One healthy meal. One honest conversation. One completed task. 1 hour of focused learning. 1 act of kindness. 1 promise kept. Great lives are rarely transformed by one giant decision. They are transformed by thousands of responsible choices made consistently. If today's message inspired you to take greater ownership of your life, subscribe and continue this journey with us. In our next episode, we'll discover another timeless principle that will help you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Share this episode with someone who is ready to stop making excuses and start building the life they truly deserve. Remember, you cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can write today. You cannot control every circumstance, but you can control your response. You cannot choose every challenge, but you can choose your character. And in the end, that choice becomes your destiny. May we replace excuses with ownership. Replace blame with action. Replace hesitation with discipline. Replace dependency with responsibility. And may every decision we make bring us closer to wisdom, excellence, and dharma. Aum Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.